Hello dancers! It's Teacher Lina. Today's lesson is a little bit about your flexibility. So I just want to make this quick actually, but here's some food for thought maybe if you're working on your flexibility. I've been working a lot with skaters and they always complain about how they're not flexible. And I kind of just want to not really debunk that, but maybe to give them a bit more perspective, or maybe not just them but also you as dancers, that sometimes you're more flexible than you think. You know, like you get questions like, my hips aren't open, or what else did I get? My hips aren't open, not flexible enough. What's funny is they're complaining because they're not able to, for example, hold their leg out to the side, you know, or to lift their leg and hold it. That's not actually flexibility at all. That's your mobility. So I also discussed this in my other video, which is, I think, Love Your 90-degree extension video, which is that sometimes you think that you're not flexible, but actually you are. It's just that you aren't mobile. You don't have the proper muscles to sustain your flexibility. I know a lot of people consider like being able to do, for example, this, I don't know, or this, I don't know. Whatever else you're thinking is like flexibility as flexibility. But I see a lot of people who can actually, for example, get into this level of split. That's already a lot of flexibility, more than you think, you know? I know that you guys are like aiming for, I don't know, flat flexibility turnout, and they're like, oh, my hips just aren't like enough. But I think you're actually focusing on the wrong part of your body. So when you're trying to actually build more, of course, flexibility when it comes to these things, and also your mobility, what's funny is everyone focuses on doing the actual movement, for example, which is like your split. Whereas if I were you, because I know this part is tight, I'd obviously do a little bit of massage first, maybe a little bit of more active stretching, or yoga would help maybe, or sometimes, or I would do some, I don't know, pelvic things, and I would actually warm up more of my spine and lower back, and then eventually move on into like the bigger stretches. And then I usually would probably end my classes with the more passive stretches, and I don't know, but I don't exactly stay or sustain only my stretches. And you've seen me do stretches that are like insane, but I'm gonna show you one, for example. So for example, this is my flexibility talking. So I could, you know, I could do this. Hope I fit in the frame. I'm gonna jump back. But this is my mobility talking when I can only hold my leg to here at ease, which is what I still need to work on. So I guess the main point really is, are you really not flexible, or are you focusing on the wrong things? I think this is something us dancers, and not just dancers or skaters, also have to think about. Are we focusing on being able to hold our legs so high without the proper alignment, or are we actually working also with balancing it with strength? So when you're confused to do that, always go to your professional or to a teacher. I urge you to Google it. I mean, it's all on Google. Difference between flexibility and mobility. I'm sure it's gonna come out. But I mean, don't rely on Dr. Google too much. I'm a Mr. Google, or Mr. YouTube as people call it, because, you know, I'm a professional and we're supposed to be giving better advice. But I would urge you to do a little bit of research. You know, I know you want your legs up there and high, but if you can't hold them or sustain them, there's no point in doing these stretches only. You know, you kind of have to balance building in the strength. And I would suggest just working on your alignment first and really, you know, lengthening your whole body. Pilates exercises and yoga exercises, I love them so much as an extra to my everyday, but I would suggest always getting someone who knows your body best. Think about it, dancers. If, let's say, you're really not flexible, or maybe something's up with your alignment that's not getting you to where you need to be. And I would always focus around spine and my hip area, especially now that I'm a lot older. Not really that old, but I feel a little bit more of my body. I know being young means also sometimes being like a jelly. I know a lot of dancers who are like this. The awareness kicks in a little bit different for everyone. So just think about it, dancers. Yeah. I hope that helped you. And this is Teacher Lena again, and I hope it gave you some insight about your flexibility and what you need to work on. Again, you know, always match it with your strengthening exercises. We'll see you till the next vlog. Bye!